So do you do most things the same each day, Paul?
Yeah, when they work Davy, they go up an extra time. So they come back down again and swing up again, because it's only 5 furlongs. For the first half of furlong you're only getting going, and for the last couple of, let's say 200 or 300 metres, you're pulling up. So basically the gallop is shortish enough. So on work days, twice a week, they swing up 3 times. That's work. And they're sort of never really taking off the bridle, so maybe just clicked along a little bit, just to quick it up over the last couple of furlongs. That's it. We try to go away then, and possibly in the future we'll go away a little bit more, just to get them away in the lorry and get them away to different places, that everything would go away at least once every 10 days, or maybe a little more even if we can manage it. But that's where we're trying to get it, that we just get away a little bit more, to get them more institutionalised, to going away in a lorry, and have them in batches when you go away, that certain have to stand in the lorry when the others are galloping and stuff like that, just to get them that they're so used to it that they don't get upset when they go to the races, or just to take all greennesses off them. And basically that's it. We're just trying to go with the flow. I think things change every year, and most trainers change every year, but just the last couple of years, especially this year, we're very lacking in numbers and with bits of bad luck and stuff. And winners wise, it's going to be by far our worst season since we started training, but we have to look to the future and hopefully that we can correct things and make it better in the coming years, basically.
And you have a new round sand gallop put in as well then? Yeah,
we put in that because we were getting rid of the depth of the sand, so fitness wise we were a bit worried about it, that the wood chip is that bit easier on them, so we slow hacking that now. We used to go a little bit quicker in it, but now we're just changing a little bit, that we're going a bit slower in the sand, so twice a week to go in and to do just a slow hack in that. Again, as the season go on, when the youngsters come in next year, we're going to put them all in bungees and go around the sand for their first 6 weeks before they go near the wood chip, but they'll be just lobbing around.
And look, like you said, it's kind of just starting back to with the young horses, trying to get some good ones again, but you've had a lot of big days as well though, and some great days.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to look to there's no point in thinking about the past, David. It's the very same as you can't, it's the very same as hurling or soccer or football or rugby. You're forgotten after your last game, and you have to just keep it up, and from season to season you have to keep banging in the winners, and to get owners you have to keep the winners going. We're lucky enough that we've some very loyal people that are sticking with us through difficult times, and hopefully to God we can repay their loyalty, and I think we will. I think we've good facilities, and I'm hoping to God that we'll have the firepower to be competitive in a couple of years' time again, but it's going to take a bit of time to get horses and to get decent horses. I mean, we can't afford to buy ones with form, so we have to start off with grassroots. I buy an awful lot of young stock, and it's percentage-wise, it's harder to get good horses when you do it that way, because that's just the way it is. If you go out and you gave a couple of $100,000 for the winner of a point, or the winner of a bumper, or the winner of a good flat race, you've an awful lot better chance that they are good. But it's very hard to start off from scratch, and that's where we have to start off, and hopefully it'll work.
Investing all an owner's money into one or two horses, and they might turn out to be no good then, I suppose. So by having many of numbers is...
Yeah, well, I think there's safety in numbers, but you see, there's also more expense for the owner training wise. I mean, it's a lot easier to pay for one than 5, but if you have 5, there's an awful lot better chance you'll get one out of the 5, and it might be the cheaper one. But I certainly think that that's the way it is, and that's the way it's gone. But you can't sort of harbour on the guys with the numbers either. You can't sort of be begrudging to that, because they're good enough and they've done things well enough to get the big men involved and to get the big numbers. And I mean, that's why it's up to us to try and get the good horses and try and get back competitive again. And I wouldn't be anyway begrudging. I think fair play to the people that are fair play to the O'Learys, fair play to JP, fair play to Barry Connell, fair play to Rich Ritchie, fair play to all these guys that are throwing millions into the game. They're keeping breeders, trainers, everything going, staff. So I mean, I don't think I'd penalise the people that are being successful in any way. I'm raging. I have more for them, but that's just it. It's my job to get them lads in. It's my job to try and get good horses, and so that's what we keep trying to do.
anyone that knows you, Paul, will know you were a very good hurler back in the day. You're a big hurling fan. Wexford are going strong at the minute.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was that good now. I hurled a bit of, we won an All-Ireland intermediate final there with a crowd of good lads, and we're lucky enough there was a couple of decent seniors that turned out to be good seniors there, the Guineys and Eamon Scallon and them. But yeah, listen, Davey seems to have the lads in a different place. They definitely seem to be hurling for him. A big test coming up now in Nolan Park in the league quarter final against Kilkenny, and I hope the lads will give a good account of themselves, and I know that Davey will be very happy just to give a good account of themselves. I don't think they should expect that they're going to beat Kilkenny, but you have to go in with the attitude that you are going to beat them. But still, I think a good show, that's what people at Wexford want.
Head man here in Paul Nolan's, Alan Dobbs. How are things, Dobbsy?
Not too bad, Dave.
This Soldier of Fortune horse, Paul was saying, looks to go very nice going up the gallop.
Yeah, he's a very nice horse now. He's took a while for that penny to drop for him, but he's went away there last week there and very happy with a bit of work he done on the grass. So hopefully now he'll go to Punchestown for the Land Rover bumper, and hopefully he'll run very respectable.
Very good, and some nice young horses, isn't it, the lads are saying?
Nice saddle maker, Discorama there made a debut there in Thurles there the weekend. Probably lack of pace probably bet him, but he ran on well to finish a good second, and hopefully now he'll go on and win his bumper the next day and go hurdle next year. Nice horse.
How are you, Mairead?
What are you?
Good. Mairead Fortune, who works here in Paul's, and Paul was saying you've got your point-to-point licence.
Yeah, I do, yeah. I got my amateur licence out there about 2 weeks ago.
And when are you hoping to have your first ride?
2 weeks' time.
Who's that for?
Paul.
Oh, for Paul.
Yeah.
Well, that's
yeah.
good. So you find it well here in Paul's?
Yeah, I love it here in Paul's.
Yeah, it's not easy for any lads, so you must be good if you're able to survive this long anyway.
I don't know about that now.
He says you ride well as well, so all's going well for you.
Yeah, it's going good. Hopefully now to get going by August. I have to get 3 rides by August, so.
Why is that?
To keep my licence, so.
Okay.
That's what I'm just planning on doing this year anyway.
Sure, Paul will throw you up on a few, no doubt, anyway.
Yeah, hopefully. That's the plan anyway.
You enjoy all the school and everything,
Yeah,
so
I love going to school, yeah.
that's good. Well, hopefully you get going anyway.
Yeah.
What's the story here then, Dobbs?
Just an old horse of my own there, unraced horse by Stowaway there. School another day, stumbled bad at the back of the fence there and just gave himself an old bang, so I'm just trying to get the swelling and that over here by icing him there. Nothing serious, everything was scanned and is 100%, but I'm just trying to get the swelling out there now before I'm going to rough him off there and bring him back then next year.
What do you make of him? Nice?
Grand horse, he'd go point to point and try and win a point to point there and try and be sold on there, then that'll be the plan of it.
And how long will you leave these on for?
I leave these on for about 45 minutes and then I bandage him up and sweat him up there and redo it then later on, and might bring him down to the river there for the afternoon there for an hour maybe, is that?
And the river's a great job for that sort of thing,
Sure,
yeah?
it's great, sure, it's right next to us there, so it's just God's gift that's so close to us, sure, and it's a great help to us.
James, you're riding Monalino now.
Tis.
Won well last week before.
He did. Loves to dig in the ground and he won well there. He'd want to in that company now. Wasn't a great maiden, and for the rating he's got, he'd want to be winning like that, the race like that.
And what's the plan for him next?
I'd say he might go to that 3 mile novice handicap in Fairy House. It would suit him as long as there was a good ease in the ground. But he would want a good ease in the ground. I'm sure that we wouldn't run him if it tried out to be good ground. But that's the plan at the moment. I'd say that's what he'll go.
And in time will he jump a fence, no problem, yeah?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yes. He's a good jumper. It just took time for the penny to drop as regards jumping hurdles even. But
Okay.
I'm sure, of course, it will. He's a good jumper. He's got loads of scope and he's got the good technique and everything else. Yeah, he jump a fence no bother.
I just followed you up there, Dobbs, to see that's a nice horse you're leading up there now.
Yeah, that's a 3-year-old rocket portrait of my own. Bottom is a foal in the light in Peter Doyle and Ross Doyle bottom for me is a foal in Newmarket, and she's a flat red and broke from there. The 2-year-old let him off, done a bit with him, and he's back in now since before Christmas there, and he's just tipping away and he's showing plenty, and obviously he's going to take time. He's a big raw horse, and mentally he's a long way to go before he makes any efforts to going to the track, but if he doesn't run as a 3-year-old, sure, I'll have him for a 4-year-old bumper after Christmas next year, and
Yeah.
he's for sale.
You've had a bit of luck with horses over the years, though, haven't you, Dabs?
I have, yeah.
The Defy Logic and that.
Yeah. Myself and Jim Murna bought the Defy Logic there as a foal back in the bad times, and sure, we bought him back then as a yearling when we couldn't get a bid on him, so we had to put a bit of tack on him then, and sure, we done a good bit of work up the curragh there as a 4-year-old, and sure, we got sold him on then to Coolmore, and sure, he went on and he was Grade 1 winner for the McManus colours, and sure.
I was here even in that time, and sure, we knew from day one he was good, didn't we?
Yeah, sure, we always, from day one, he showed he was a bit out of the ordinary, so I'm sure he was sadly had to be destroyed. He had a bad accident, and sure, horses like him are near impossible to find, so we're sure we're on the look there the whole time, and sure, hopefully find another one sometime.
Sure, look, Dabs, when you're lucky, and you are a lucky man, so
Man, yeah.
no doubt you'll get another one.
Good luck.
Well, Paul, thanks very much for letting me come up to the yard this morning and seeing the horses on the gallop and talking through a few of the horses, and so best of luck for the rest of the season.
No bother, Davey. Thank you. Anytime.